So understand that. Now, if you're someone who's not over leveraged and then you say, hey, listen, I've been saving up, I didn't want to buy Bitcoin up here, and you get this opportunity, that's not a bad thing. Again, if you're like me and you have this mid to longer term bullish bias on Bitcoin, you kind of want it to come down a little bit. Let it come down. Let us buy and accumulate.
Wait a minute, everyone. We all agree that the crypto market never sleeps, but with countless newsletters out there, how do you choose the best one for you? Bitcoinzilla stands out with its simplicity and clarity. We've crafted an experience that anyone can dive into, whether you're a crypto expert or just a new to the crypto world. Now guess who keeps his eye on us? The author of best-selling book Rich Dad Poor Dad, Robert Kiyosaki. And we want to take this opportunity and thank all the people who trusted us, and we read every comment. And the best part, it's free. Subscribing now means you will get all new information for free. Don't just follow the trends, stay ahead of them. Subscribe to Bitcoinzilla today and enjoy the new edge. Let's join Gareth in this video about Bitcoin and more.
As always, a pleasure to be back with you guys. The fun part for those of you that are crypto fans right here, we have our chart of Bitcoin. Now, Bitcoin has had a pretty big, decent dump here, going from just under 70,000 into the high 69 range, 66 range, now back above 67. But the key is this, right? What have we talked about in the previous game plans? Very simply put, we knew we had resistance up here, right? Which again, here and here. And then we knew we had support here, which we got this beautiful upswing there. And what it tells us is it likely we're headed back to that level. Now, again, as a technician, as someone who's purely watching the charts, you continue to respect the fact that this channel, right? This channel was forming. We broke out of it. We are still above it. So being above it gives you that neutral to positive bias. And even if we come back and touch this level here, that's okay. What's not okay if you're a bull is a daily close below. You start closing below, again, it starts to break the power of the chart, of the bullish side. And the bears start to feel emboldened. All right, and once you get that to happen, once it starts trading, if it starts trading in here, eventually here, and then maybe even down here. Now, what's kind of cool about this, if you're someone who's potentially looking to accumulate Bitcoin, and maybe you're like, oh, I have some Bitcoin, but I really would like to accumulate more, I want to show you the confluence here. So if we look at this, right, if we look at this and we take this pivot area right here and we drag that line across. So what we're looking at here, guys, is see this sideways consolidation before the big bull run right there? Well, guess what? If we look at this channel, look at the lower level of the channel, it comes right to that same level. And so this, to be honest, would be incredible as a potential buying opportunity on Bitcoin if that were to happen. Listen, and I want to be clear, there's probably a lot of people watching saying, oh my goodness, I don't want that to happen. Oh, this would be horrible, blah, blah, blah. I'm leveraged to the hilt on Bitcoin. I'd get liquidated. First of all, leverage is the devil's game. And what I mean by that is it will get you. Doesn't mean it's going to get you this time. Doesn't mean it's going to get you next time. But eventually, the algos that run every market, they are going to scope you out and they are going to take you. So just understand that. It's just being honest, guys. I've been in the markets. I've been in the institutional world, all of that stuff. They will eventually hunt you down. So understand that. Now, if you're someone who's not over leveraged and then you say, hey, listen, I've been saving up. I didn't want to buy Bitcoin up here, and you get this opportunity, that's not a bad thing. Again, if you're like me and you have this mid to longer term bullish bias on Bitcoin, you kind of want it to come down a little bit. Let it come down. Let us buy and accumulate.
Robert Kiyosaki, famed investor and author, believes Bitcoin is the easiest path to millionaire status, surpassing traditional entrepreneurship. Kiyosaki forecasts Bitcoin reaching $350,000 by August 2024 and possibly $2.3 million eventually. He claims Bitcoin simplifies becoming a millionaire compared to entrepreneurship, noting, Bitcoin does the hard work for me. Kiyosaki sees Bitcoin as a shield against inflation and government currency, also backing Ethereum and Solana. Advises investing in gold and silver for stability amid economic challenges. As of June 11, Bitcoin is priced at $67,761, with significant yearly gains despite recent fluctuations. Ethereum's price decline is linked to anticipation of a Federal Reserve interest rate decision and U.S. inflation data, along with decreased accumulation by major Ethereum holders.
Ethereum, we know that this was trading below this key level. So here was your big move up, and then look at what happened. It consolidated above this pivot high right here, this little yellow-white line. We closed below it, 3 inside bars, which is bearish, right? Down move with sideways consolidation, down move, sideways consolidation, and then you get your move. So the chart, again, guiding us on this potential down move. Now, the tricky thing here is that you don't have a lot of support in here, right? There's not a lot of levels back in this range, right, that give us that opportunity to find support. The one thing we do have is this area right here, right? So you can look here, right in this vicinity, and we also have this upsloping trend line here. So for me, if Ethereum continues to come down, your first big support is going to be somewhere in the 3,100 to 3,300 level. So again, 3,100, bear with me, so 3,100 to 3,300. That's my zone where we should find some good support on Ethereum. Next up, let's take a look at gold. Now, gold, again, we got our small bounce off of this chart setup right here, and we're continuing to do this. But again, my concern with this is that what type of pattern are we making? Is it starting to be this again, which again, what do we know? Probability-wise, and remember, probabilities by definition aren't going to give you 100%, right? So it basically would mean a 70. I would say with only 2 candles, it's only about a 60% chance that it favors the downside, but still it favors the downside, and that could be setting up for a drop in the next few days, maybe on the CPI data or maybe on the Fed commentary later in the day. Silver, much the same here, guys, getting a small pullback today after a bounce yesterday, but notice the pattern formation. First of all, you have your channel, beautiful channel from your highs and your lows, right? But again, down move, sideways starting. My guess is you've at least got downside to about $28.50 to $28. Now, could it go lower than that? Yes, and if we do get down there, I'm going to have to go right back to the charts and start number crunching the technicals and seeing if we're going to go lower, or is that going to be a viable level. Now, if you're like me and you do dollar cost averaging and you dip one pinky in the water and then another finger and so forth, well, then what I might do, and again, I don't know if I'll do this, but I might buy a little right here if it gets into this 28.50 level, and then I'll just have levels where maybe every dollar lower I'll add and dollar cost average in if my bigger macro play on silver remains bullish, which it does as of now. Oil, guys, this was a beautiful retrace to the scene of the crime. I've been guiding you guys in these game plans to expect this, right? So we have our lows here, right? All these kind of lows. Right through this consolidation, which was bearish, we broke down. That's your low level. There you have it right there. That's called a retrace to the scene of the crime. And I even drew this line there yesterday. You'd expect a pullback. So I did do a little bit of a short here on oil. This is kind of based on not only the chart, but on my bigger macro slowdown in the U.S. And we'll see if I am correct that we see some downside in oil in the coming days and weeks.
Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi has reappointed Nirmala Sitharaman as Finance Minister. She remains instrumental in shaping India's economic policies, including cryptocurrency regulation and taxation. According to Osman Kabalov, the Deputy Director of the Financial Policy Department at Russia's Ministry of Finance, the recognition of Bitcoin mining as an official economic activity is set to happen soon. Following the approval of a law regulating cryptocurrency mining, this activity would be assigned an OKVED code, which classifies company activities for licensing purposes. The U.S. Department of Justice and the Federal Bureau of Investigation have unveiled charges against 3 U.K. nationals for a fraudulent non-fungible token scheme involving Evolved Apes, promising a game development. They allegedly took investor funds, never developed the game, and pocketed the proceeds. At least 14% of New Zealanders surveyed said they have owned cryptocurrency or held digital assets in the past. The findings categorize New Zealanders as early adopters, indicating they were quick to recognize the potential of cryptocurrency. Survey data reveal that only 16% of respondents would invest in real estate, compared to 60% who plan to invest in cryptocurrency. Over the past weekend, 211.51 dormant bitcoins, valued at $14.79 million, were reactivated after over a decade of inactivity. More than half of these funds originated from Bitcoin wallets that had been inactive since 2012. If you've been with us so far, a big thank you. Don't forget to subscribe for free to Bitcoin Zella for your daily news. The link is waiting below. That's all for today's crypto news. Stick around for more updates, insights, and analysis on cryptocurrencies. Share your thoughts in the comments, like this video, and subscribe for more exciting content.